Welcome everyone to Mailed Fuzz News. This is your Tuesday edition. We do movie and TV news, of course, here on a semi-daily basis, more or less. I'm Peter, I'm joined by Tara, and this is your post-Oscars edition. Of course, they were on Sunday night, so expect the winners of that, plus some movie news and some TV news a little bit later on. So that is the plan. Now, Tara, you were very important and instrumental on having on the news because you did something courageous, you did something utterly fantastical, and quite frankly, I'm in awe. You actually sat through the Oscars, so you may have opinions on some of these things.
Yes, I mean, it is the thing I'd like to be remembered for. I watch them. I watch them every year. I don't know what the big deal is.
No, it's no big deal. I was just trying to be funny. Did that have to be a big deal?
Do you boycott the Oscars because you don't believe in awards, or because you just are bored by them?
I'm just bored by them. It's a really boring thing. I mean, I'm not like a big an award person because I tend to find they never go to what I think. I love to quote Ron Swanson: "Awards are dumb, but they'd be less dumb if they went to the right people." But I'm not that passionate about it. I just find the pomp and circumstance of them a bit boring. There's a lot of like filler and fluff in between them, and like for far as I'm concerned, you can get through the Oscars should be 30 minutes. They should just go boom, 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 knock them all out, and that's it. Done.
That's how I feel about our top 50 movie lists.
Burn. All right. Well, Tara hates been on the content. Okay, good to know. We've established that. We got our resident Fuzz diva.
Not what I meant.
All right. Well, I'll work through the results. I mean, was it a good ceremony? Was it a weird ceremony? What was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. It was a strange show. It was without pomp and circumstance, really. Yeah, okay. It was done in a train station, a very nice looking train station. It was, all the hosts were, all the people giving out the awards were not allowed to talk about politics or do anything funny. It was all very sweet and nice. People just said nice things about each other the whole time.
Why were they not allowed to talk about anything? Usually, that's a big thing. Usually, the acceptance speeches, the
people doing who are getting the award can say whatever they want still. But the people who were giving the awards and talking, they were not allowed to do that. So
I don't think I remember hearing a lot of comments like that from the people presenting the awards typically. Anyway,
I mean, it's not like there wasn't any kind of social commentary on the show, but for the most part, there was nothing about it that was very overtly political.
Interesting. All right. Well, let's go through the winners then, and see how things shaped up. I have done really poorly this year seeing the movies that were involved.
Me too.
Which is part of why I had absolutely almost no interest in even bothering. There's definitely some here that I want to see, and I'll list the Best Picture nominees and say which ones I've seen, which is a total of. Well, let me just carry the one. Oh, one. So there's at least three or four of them that I do want to see actively, but I have just not been very good this past few months of actually seeing movies for whatever reason. So Best Picture went to Nomadland. Cool.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
I haven't seen it either. The Father was nominated, haven't seen. Judas and the Black Messiah, haven't seen. Mank, haven't seen. Minari, haven't seen. Promising Young Woman, haven't seen. Sound of Metal, haven't seen. Trial of Chicago 7, I've seen that one.
Was it good?
I enjoyed it. It was it's a courtroom film.
Yeah, I watched Judas and the Black Messiah, and I watched Promising Young Woman. Those are the other ones I saw.
The ones that I actively want to see, I would say are Promising Young Woman, probably at the top of the list. Mank, because it looks very stylish and Fincher. And then Nomadland is kind of risen just because it's been getting so much praise and awards that I'm like, okay, I kind of need to see this now. But
yeah, I'd like to see Minari also.
Does I pronounce it? Is it Minari?
I think so. That's how they pronounced it yesterday.
Oh, that's probably right then. My instinct would have been Minari, but clearly I've been saying it wrong, so that's fine.
I'd like to see, I'd like to see however you pronounce it. And I want to see the one that won Best Documentary just because they did like Google did a commercial for it after and it looked really cute. So I kind of want to watch it. My Octopus Teacher, I think it's called.
Now, I'm not going to go through all the nominees for every other category because we will be here all goddamn night if I do that for every category. So I'll just say the winners now.
Sure.
But I just thought the Best Picture nominees were a good sort of gauge to say, hey, this is how little I've seen this year for whatever reason. So Best Director went to Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. So and it's always weird to me when Best Picture does not win Best Director because to me they should kind of just go hand in hand. It's kind of weird.
It's happened before, yeah.
I'd say it happens more often than it doesn't, which is really weird. But Best Actor went to Anthony Hopkins. I did hear of the weirdness that they left this award till last, and it was all very awkward. And
yeah, I think because everybody was expecting Chadwick Boseman to win.
And
I think I think that's why they left it for last. Because why else would you not put Best Picture last unless you have this other big moment that you're going to have in the show? I
saw people say that all day on Twitter, so I don't even think that's a theory. I think at this point that is just a fact that they thought Boseman was going to win. I mean, if anything, this is like proof that
they really don't know who the winners are.
They don't know who the winners are. So, because otherwise they would not have done this. And what's so funny about it is I saw people like complaining that Anthony Hopkins wasn't even there to accept. I'm like, he's an 80-plus-year-old man who lives in Wales and there's a pandemic going on. What the hell are you complaining about?
I think he actually like is like the person who won. I think he's like the oldest person to win that award now or something for Best Actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the oldest. I saw that today as well. How do I know more about this? I didn't watch the show.
Yeah. I didn't watch any after show stuff.
He said it so unsure. I'm like, no, yes, that was the thing today, is that he's the oldest actor. I'm like, how do I know this and you don't? You think they would have said that? That's the sort of thing they would say when he's walking up to get the award. Although I suppose technically,
he didn't walk up. It was just Joaquin Phoenix going, and the Academy accepts it on his behalf. Good night, everyone.
Joaquin Phoenix is the best person for that, though. I think just for the awkward.
He was super awkward. Like everybody who gave out awards. I'll be brief. Everyone who gave out awards was like. And the nominees and they went one at a time and like gave backgrounds on who these people were, like where they came from, what inspired them to like get into the movies. And then they would move on to the next one. And like when Laura Dern was up there, because she won, the previous year for, I think, supporting actress, she was super heartfelt and sweet and like had these real emotional moments with everybody. And then like Joaquin Phoenix is like, I don't want to do that. So, I think this guy worked in a movie theater. He was super awkward.
So Anthony Hopkins won for The Father. Best Actress went to Frances McDormand for Nomadland. So Nomadland got Director, Picture, and Best Actress so far, which is a very good positive sign that I should see Nomadland.
Yeah, I mean, was there any competition between Frances McDormand and anyone else? Probably not. I haven't even seen the movie, and I assume the answer is no.
Well, I don't know. Carrie Mulligan for Promising Young Woman sounds like she has potential. I
saw the movie. I wouldn't have given it to her.
Okay. I mean,
she's fine in it.
Yeah, but on paper, I can only go with like the general opinions and the caliber of which these actors tend to put out. Although admittedly, I don't really know who Vanessa Kirby is. I don't think. But
I wanted to see that Pieces of a Woman. I want to see that movie. I like her. She was in the last Mission Impossible movie, and she really stood out.
All right. Best Supporting Actor was Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Best Supporting Actress went to Yun Yu Jung for Minari. Or sorry, how did you pronounce it?
Minari.
Best Original Screenplay went to Promising Young Women. Best Adapted Screenplay went to The Father. Best Animated Feature Film went to Soul. Oh, surprise! Disney won the animated category. What a shock. Best International...
You haven't seen it. You shut your mouth.
I don't have to see it to make that joke. That joke works regardless if I've seen it or not.
Disney was nominated twice, so they were they had the clear advantage. But they also made the best movie.
Yes, I'm shocked that Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon didn't win Best Animated Movie.
I've heard good things about the Shaun the Sheep movies. All right.
Best international film was another round. That was the Mads Mikkelsen one, which is we actually have news about the remake already today, so look forward to that.
That was a clear front runner.
Best documentary went to My Octopus Teacher. Best documentary short went to Colette. Best live action short film went to Two Distant Strangers. Best animated short film went to If Anything Happens, I Love You. Best original score went to Soul. So Soul got 2. Nice. Best original song went to Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah. Foxy, I will not stop. I don't care how much you hack up.
She's okay.
Best sound went to Sound of Metal. I feel like it's in the title, so I mean, I guess they did the right thing. Best production design went to Mank. Best cinematography, which every time I do this every year, cinematography should be like the third most important award, and somehow it's down here and all the technical shit. But best cinematography went to Mank as well. Best makeup and hairstyling went to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best costume design went to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best film editing went to Sound of Metal. And then finally, best visual effects went to Tenet. So,
Oscar winner, Tenet.
Yes. What did you just slam on the table?
My mouse.
Could you please not?
Starting now.
Also, Foxy, could you please not? Everyone's trying to ruin my show.
You're okay, girl. You're okay. Yeah. You're okay. Why don't you go get some water?
Try to be professional.
Yeah.
And there's this
poor thing.
canine
She's
sabotage.
old, okay?
Canine sabotage is what that
She's
says.
old. She hacks.
Old canine sabotage. Are you happy? But there you go. That was the Oscars. That was the gist of things. Definitely coming out of this, I want to see Promising Young Woman, Mank, and Nomadland. And that's not to say I'm against the other ones. It's just that for whatever reason, those are the ones that are speaking to me just a little bit more. But there you go. So cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was a weird show. I suspect they won't do this format again.
I don't think they'll have to.
And they'll probably leave Best Picture for the last one next year. Because that was strange.
Well, I think the weird thing about it is that it kind of ruins the win. Now, I'm sure Anthony Hopkins is a old dude now who doesn't really care, but like in the same way that when the Moonlight fiasco happened where the wrong film was announced, it kind of robs the moment for the winner. And I like here said Anthony Hopkins was asleep. He didn't he didn't have an awkward moment himself, but it kind of ruins the victory a little bit in the context.
Why not? It was so confusing. I did not know that they were going to switch the order when I watched it. And when they announced Best Picture, I'm like, wait, didn't we skip some? I was so confused. I knew it was kind of getting short on time because they did the in memoriam section really fast. They sped it up.
And they missed some names as well.
Jessica Walter wasn't there.
Yeah, that was the one that I saw that people were upset about. Was Jessica Walter.
Yeah, that was a surprise. She's a movie star. I know she's mostly known for TV, but was in lots of movies.
I mean,
when
don't
she was
get me
younger.
wrong. The year that they left out Bill Paxton, at least it's because he died the day before the Oscars. So I accept that maybe the little
and we got the reminder
done.
the following year.
Yeah. So, but that was odd. But hey. All right,
Jessica Walter was a couple weeks ago, and and I don't know.
Time.
It was they sped through it so fast, I couldn't even read the names. That's how fast they went.
So let's do some other movie news then. So this is quite topical. This was very quickly after the thing that leads into it, but we are going to be talking here about the 4th Captain America movie. I will say, if you haven't watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, mild spoilers, I guess. But if you had any idea of who the next Captain America is supposed to be, then it's not a spoiler. But if you're completely blind and you've not watched it yet and you don't know anything about anything, then possible spoilers. So the showrunner of the show is currently working on the script for the 4th movie, which will obviously star Anthony Mackie in the lead role. Presumably also, I imagine Winter Soldier will be in there as a supporting character, I would imagine.
Bucky.
Not surprising. I think I reviewed the season on Friday after I watched. I hadn't been reviewing episode to episode because I didn't have a lot to say episode to episode, but I finished the season, I had some stuff to say. And I speculated at the end, this will either continue in some form. This is clearly not the end of a lot of these plot threads, whether it be in more shows or a movie. I guess this answers it. Like, at least the Sam and Bucky stuff, this is going into a movie. So, and that's neat. I'm happy enough with the concept of this. I think the show was a very, very mixed bag, and one of the problems I had with it was how much filler and fluff there was because they had to stretch it out to 6 hours to justify it being a TV show. It felt like a decent 2-hour movie that was stretched beyond its spectrum. But
yeah, okay. I watched the series also, and I really liked it overall. I didn't watch your review, but I saw the title of it was that it should have been a movie.
Yes.
And well, I think it's interesting though, because maybe it should have just been a shorter miniseries then for you, because I think the whole idea of like America not accepting a black Captain America was something that was good to dip your toes into in like a TV show, so that when the movie comes out, like maybe people would be more accepting. Like, this is the big theme we're going to explore in the next movie, right?
I don't see why that has to be a TV show instead of a movie, though. Like, because I don't want to go into it again, because go watch my review if you want to see how I cut chunks out of it to make it fit into a movie. But I would cut none of that. Like, all that stuff is good. Some of the best stuff in the show is Sam's decision and all that stuff.
Definitely.
But like everything with Zemo, shit it out the turbo lift, not turbo lift. I mean, turbo lift is fine.
His dancing.
His dance was stupid. That is like one of those things the internet just made a thing, and it was like, oh, look at him dancing. Zemo's dancing. This is a new meme. Shove it up your arse, you bunch of pricks.
Disney came out with like an hour-long cut of it. It was great.
Disney has disappointed me.
Well, I really enjoyed the show, and I thought like maybe it is smart, like, because there are definitely people who will not go see the movie, but maybe they like, if it was just like Captain America and it was Anthony Mackie on the poster, but if maybe they were watching the Falcon and Winter Soldier without the name Captain America involved, and then got into it, and then maybe we're more accepting at the end, maybe that would be better for the movie. I don't know.
Winter Shoulder.
Yeah, I'm drinking wine.
That's my new parody film, The Winter Shoulder.
The Cold Shoulder. I'm well versed in the Cold Shoulder.
No, I think Anthony Mackie is a good actor. I think he's a solid leading man. I think there's a lot of potential. The glimpses of action, mixing the shield with the wings and all that stuff in the show, I think was one of the more positive elements. So I am down for this. And I think that it not being stretched out is a good thing. I think this being 2.5 hours is going to be to its benefit. So we'll leave it there. But hey, so not surprised we're getting more Captain America with the mantle having been passed. Not surprising. But what shall they call it? Captain America, the something.
Yep, that's a good title.
Don't patronize me.
The Captain America words go here.
Captain America, red, black, and blue? No? Okay.
Isn't that the title of the Truth
I don't know.
comic? That the other Captain America that was based off?
Oh, I have no idea. Oh, actually, I guess just what you do. You do Black Falcon and the White Wolf. Call it that.
Sure.
Or just, okay, Captain America and the White Wolf. Alright, next up. STX Films has got F. Gary Gray to direct a Vin Diesel film coming up. An action comedy called Muscle. This will be Gray's next film. He's going to shoot later this year. So Diesel and Gray developed a a rapport, making 2017's The Fate of the Furious, which is the 8th Fast and the Furious film for those playing at home. Are you eating chocolate cake while I'm telling you a news story? What is this?
There's no crunch factor.
I mean, that's fair. But it's more the cheek. It's the sly cheek of it that I am pointing at. The film's description...
Not even good chocolate cake.
The film's description has been kept secret. So, I mean, I can't say that a film called Muscle, starring Vin Diesel and directed by the director of Fast and the Furious, say is that exciting to me, but, you know...
Nope. Unless it's sci-fi, I'm not seeing it.
Yes. I mentioned earlier a remake of Another Round is already in the works.
Oh, America.
I know. We have to have an English version, don't we? So apparently the person in line to star in it is Leonardo DiCaprio. So he would be the Mads Mikkelsen role. So it's being developed as a potential vehicle for him.
Yeah, he needs the assistance, right?
I don't know what to tell you. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's about a vulnerable middle-aged man and an existential crisis played by Mads Mikkelsen. Well, that was the original, obviously. Now you just swap out Mads Mikkelsen with Leonardo DiCaprio. This is Leo trying to win that second Oscar.
I mean, he just sort of made that movie, right? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You don't even wait until I'm doing a new news story. You're just taking... How is this... Tara's been eating this chocolate cake for like 3 hours. How is there still chocolate cake left?
Look, today is a celebration.
How much cake is on that plate?
It was a big slice of cake, all right?
Oh, dear. Infinite cake. There's infinite cake just being like conveyor belted to Tara's desk.
It's a lie.
It feels like it. Maybe I'm just a quick eater, but I feel like I'd be done with the whole thing in like 10 minutes. Alright, okay, so DiCaprio's going to try and act his ass off and be this depressed middle-aged dude. It feels like the sort of thing that, yes, he'll try and do this and try and win an Oscar with it. Will he succeed? I don't know. But he's going to try. He wants to be a 2-time Oscar winner.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he'll get nominated. He always does.
How's that cake? You did the cake going down nicely?
Oh, it's alright.
Yes, I love that I'm waiting for you to clear your mouth to answer a question, despite the fact that you've said...
There's no cake in my mouth.
And numerous times throughout the evening that the cake is not that good.
Yeah, it's not very good.
And yet, my show
That's why
has
it's
been
taking
ruined.
so long. We're gonna move on.
All right,
Pay no attention to the chocolate cake.
Jason Isaacs, from the OA and the Patriot, and Harry Potter,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, okay.
Look, you can sit and make the face, but Star Trek Discovery is not the first thing people think of when they think of Jason Isaacs, okay?
Okay, maybe I'll give you the Patriot. The Patriot's great.
Okay, and one of your favourite actors, Barkhad Abdi.
Yes, of course. The famous Burkhard from Mr. Bean's Big Adventure.
You actually do love at least one thing this actor has done.
Who is it?
Barkhad Abdi. Let's just say you commandeered a ship. What might you say in the event of that?
Oh, look at me. I'm the captain now.
Yes, that's Mr. Abdi.
Oh, yes, I love him.
So Jason Isaacs, Barkhad Abdi, and Aidan Kanto have been signed for a film called Agent Game, an indie spy thriller which is being directed by Grant S. Johnson.
That's great. I think he's a really great actor, obviously, and he, like, the last thing I can remember him being in was like a cameo in Blade Runner 2049.
Well,
which is odd. Like, I haven't seen him in anything else.
They're joining previously announced cast Dermot Mulroney, Katie Cassidy, who's awful on Arrow, might I add, Reese Cairo, and Elonzi, and Mel Gibson. Just at the end there, okay. As you do. In the film, CIA officer Harris is involved in missions to detain and relocate foreign nationals for interrogation. When Harris' superior is murdered, there's been a murder, he finds himself the scapegoat for the killing of a detainee. Why can't I say that word? Detainee. A detainee. I need to just emphasize that E like at the start for a long time to say it right. Detainee. There you go. I'm overthinking it. I'm thinking about it. It just sounds weird no matter how I say it now.
Yeah, it definitely sounds weird.
Detainee.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. You got it.
All right. And must run from a team of operatives sent to bring him in, led by a ruthless double agent. Gibson plays a rogue intelligence official running the off-book operation to hunt down and kill Harris. I mean, honestly, this is all generic sounding stuff. CIA on the run, man. Like, agents after him. It's all pretty by the numbers sounding.
Sounds like a movie that was popular late 90s that maybe there's still a crowd for.
I mean, maybe it'll just be good because the direction will be strong. I don't really know the director. Grant S. Johnson. I don't know anything he has done, but who knows? Hey, look, we're here to report on the news. Okay.
That's right.
And we had a trailer that debuted during the Oscars, which I feel they should do more of. They should treat the Oscars more like E3 for movies and just have a bunch of trailers ready to go. Maybe that would justify the ridiculous runtime. But we get a teaser trailer for Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story. Now, as someone who has never seen West Side Story,
oh,
because I don't really like musicals, so I don't really care about it.
I love West Side Story.
Yes. What did you think of the trailer then?
I mean, it looks beautiful. If I'm going to trust anyone, I'll trust Spielberg, right? He's never done a musical before, so this will be interesting. And I think West Side Story is one of his favorite movies, which is why he wanted to do the remake. I mean, we lack Natalie Wood, of course. That was like, you know, one of the reasons the movie is so famous. But,
it looks more visually interesting than most of his recent films. I'll give it that. But you know, I don't like musicals. You know, like I see these people dancing and singing, and I'm just like, what is this? Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. But that's the only reaction I have to this. Like, why do you think I'm going to say anything different?
I didn't.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand a hate of musicals. Did they do something to you when you were young?
All the jokes I can think of are very dark, so I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to move on. What's the cake update? Is the cake done?
Nope. It's still there. Still not very good.
Still not very good. Yeah. No. Was that audible? I was trying to emulate some of the sounds that you make after you've had a bite when you're trying to hide it. And she takes another huge bite. You just said it's not very good.
Still cake.
I mean,
what do you want from me?
I can't argue with that.
I have a weakness.
I can't argue with that. Well, I've got nothing else to say about West Side Story, so if you want to say anything else before we move on, then...
I'm excited. I love Spielberg. I'm still gonna go to all of his movies.
I've not really cared about a Spielberg movie in over 20 years at this point, but you know, I
enjoyed Ready Player One. I really liked Bridge of Spies. The Post was better than I was expecting it to be. I thought that movie looked kind of rushed, so I wasn't really expecting to like it, but I did like it.
He's not. I mean, I'm not saying he's gotten bad necessarily. It's just he's hit a really bland streak where all the things I like from Spielberg are all 70s, 80s, and 90s. Like once we hit the 2000s, I just wasn't as into things. Even I know people love Minority Report, but you can check out our race review of Minority Report and see that I was very not into it, and never really have been.
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
My dog's trying to get my attention. I see her poking her head over my shoulder on camera. Yeah.
Chocolate cake, distractions. This is an absolute shambles. House of the Dragon. We're out of TV news, by the way. House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel, is confirmed to exist. It is in production and it'll debut in 2022. That is the news. It is officially
that's soon.
It is officially launching next year.
That's exciting. I like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm relying on you here. I don't like Game of Thrones. You need to carry this. You.
Okay. Yeah, I like Game of Thrones. I'll accept more in that world. Honestly, the thing that I liked the least about the show was the magic stuff, like the White Walker zombie things and the dragons, and anytime there's some sort of mage-like person, like I sort of lost interest. The part that was good was all the political stuff, like the people who are trying to vie for the throne and all the backstabbing and who do you trust, and you trust no one. And I assume we'll get more of that in the lineage backstory of who these people were before. I'm excited to explore more in that world. Pretty sure they learned their lesson from the last show. Like,
we'll see. We'll see
for the ending. Although I didn't hate the ending.
I mean, that's fair, but I mean, it has, even if someone doesn't watch it, it's very clearly went down as one of the most hated, like, show. And it's not even just the finale, it's kind of the last season or two, or in general, is kind of considered pretty weak. So, hey ho.
Do you want to just record the rest of this without me?
I was going to be a dick about you sneezing. You can't control a sneeze.
No siree.
The chocolate cake you can control. That you getting
Can
shit
I
for.
though? Look at me.
I look at this and just sort of see a cynical thing that they're doing, like another Game of Thrones show so quickly. There's like, oh shit, this makes a lot of money for us. We have to have it continuously happening forever. So
sure.
That's cynical, but
I think it's an exciting world to explore more of. I mean, one of the best things about getting into the show was learning about the history of the world. So that we're getting a prequel, I think it is kind of exciting for fans.
Well, next up, we have Master and None. I mentioned in the last news that we knew it was coming in May now, season 3. We now have 2 new pieces of information. One is the exact date. It's coming out on the 23rd of May. The second piece of information is that it's only 5 episodes, and it's actually focusing on Lena Waithe's character, so it's actually kind of more of a spin-off, like mini-season, than it is like season 3 of the show.
Really?
Yeah. So...
How much is it still being written and stuff by Tom Haverford?
Yes, yeah, he's still heavily involved. He's still writing with Waithe, and it's but it's focused on her character, who was like one of the supporting cast before, and it's only 5 episodes, so it's kind of, which I'm sure is cool, but it's like I think people have been waiting like 3 years for like another season, and it's like a 5 episode thing.
Wasn't he in like some hot water for going on a bad date or something? Maybe this is kind of like being a bit more like, we're gonna try to like fix some stuff by making a woman the voice of the show.
I mean, he was, but it kind of got cleared up. I think that was one where it was more of a miscommunication. I think was the ultimate fallout from it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't think that people really are upset with him. It was more like in the middle of the Me Too, someone else said something, and it seemed like, I don't know, like I didn't get the full story exactly.
Yeah, it sounded like, you know, when he heard like the account of it, like he reached out to the person and it was a bit more. I think it got amicable by the time it was all said and done. I don't really remember the details, to be honest, but I remembered it not being that harsh, which is why I hate that you've brought it up, because I don't remember the details. So now this sounds really uninformed. And
I mean, it was a while ago now, and I don't really remember. I know people weren't like upset about it.
Yeah.
But this could still be like some sort of course correction here.
I don't think so. I feel like this is maybe he's just busy. Maybe he's doing another thing. I don't know. Maybe this was just conceptually the fact that there was so much time between the seasons anyway. Like maybe it was just a case of, oh, he wants to do something different. This is the version of what we want to do or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Oh my God, Foxy.
That's my cat.
Oh, it's the cat. Sorry, Gus.
Gus. You can't have chocolate cake. You're a cat.
Yes. My God, this chocolate cake's a bit. All right, I want some Star Trek news. Would that wake you up?
Yeah.
Well, I say wake you up. I mean, get your attention, maybe better.
Hell yeah. What's going on with Trek?
Production shut down on Discovery season 4.
Bad news.
Yes, someone contracted the old virus, and they've had to temporarily shut down production whilst things are gearing up. I love how you especially take bites of your cake in stories that I know that you're going to have a vested interest in.
I can still talk and eat cake. It's cake.
Yeah, but it sounds different. We can hear that you have something in your mouth.
Well, this is bummer news, obviously. Mm-hmm. I did think it was pretty fast turnaround for season 4 anyway, though. I don't know. I sort of suspected it would get delayed a bit.
Well, I mean, all they've said is that it's coming next year. They haven't given an exact time, though, right?
Maybe not. It's so surprising on the first contact day that we got a trailer for season 4 already.
Yeah, which clearly says that they're already shot enough to give us a trailer, which means they've probably at least shot a few episodes, all the way through.
Well, maybe just one episode. A lot happens in an episode in that show.
Very, very true, very true. So, but I mean that means that it's not like delaying the start of production, though. So I mean, next year seems fine for this, but hey ho.
Have they said anything about short treks? Is that coming back?
No, I haven't heard anything about short trek since the last batch came out.
All right.
That could be done. Sorry.
Because usually that's in between seasons.
Well, yeah, but that was before they had all those shows, though. That was because they used to do that in bridge between things. Now it's like, I mean, not that they're going back to back, but in theory, they're going to have a season of Picard, a season of Discovery, a season of Strange New Worlds, a season of Lower Decks. Like, we could be close to that Trek every week all year round. Like, we're getting closer to it.
I wonder if Strange New Worlds is going to be a 10 out of 10 or not.
I mean, if it's worse than Picard and Discovery, then I'll be very impressed.
I am not a fan of Pike.
Oh, we know, or I know at least. I've heard this many a time.
I'm not saying it to be a contrarian. I don't enjoy Christopher Pike in season 2.
Which is very notable because Tara has these magic glasses with Trek where she likes everything no matter how bad it may be.
And it's not like I'm a huge like Captain Pike like originalist or whatever.
How much wine have you had? Winter Shoulder?
It's
Captain Pike?
I started it yesterday. So, anyway, yeah. I'm not a huge fan, like, he's not my Captain Pike or whatever, like, it's just, I just don't think he's very good. I don't think he's a very good actor.
Okay.
Captain Stepdad. I don't want Captain Stepdad TV series.
Moving on. not much to say here. Just a bunch of cast have been added to season 3 of Doom Patrol. So I'll just Mika Jo Parker, Win Everett, Miles Musenden, Anita Kalathra. That's a really cool name, Kalathara. That sounds like a sci-fi name, Kalathara. But cool. And Gina Hirazumi have all joined Doom Patrol in recurring roles for season 3. With Michelle Gomez, of course, was cast a while ago as one of the main new guest stars, if not a regular. I can't remember.
She the one from Sabrina?
Yeah, she was in Sabrina. She's going to be in Doom Patrol season 3. So that's cool. That's cool. And, you know, if Connor was here, he'd be like, oh, she was on Doctor Who. Doctor Who, so good.
I don't know. I don't speak British.
We did the DC countdown. Oh, no, so it wasn't the countdown. We had the DC podcast on Saturday, and a character in The Flash made him think of a character in Doctor Who, so he wouldn't shut up about how, oh, it just made me think of Doctor Who. I couldn't get into it because this character was just so Doctor Who.
Pretty lame.
Aye, almost as lame as eating chocolate cake on my podcast. Are you intentionally?
You're just jealous.
Look, listen to that. She's like trying to chew and like swallow as loud as possible now, just so we can hear it.
That was my best.
This is shambles.
What's that movie? Clockwork Orange.
Oh yeah, I know the ending. Yes. When he's been fed in the hospital bed. Next up, Lionsgate TV's Kevin Beggs talked a lot of the studio stuff, but he talked about the Continental show, which is the John Wick TV show that's happening. No new information really. The thing that came out of this though is the casual mention that they're developing a Saw TV show.
Okay.
So we're about to get a 9th movie next month. That's right.
And there's a TV show of different traps.
I don't know. I mean, who knows what a TV show is? I mean, Jigsaw has been dead in the movies now for at least a few of them. So, I mean, is it a reboot? Is it in continuity with the movies? Is it separate?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything past the second one.
Is it on? How much chocolate cake do you have in front of you?
Just let me eat the cake, man.
You've been eating that cake since before we recorded Babylon 5. How much of it is there?
Look, I'm only one person.
It's
a lot of cake.
Oh my god. It's just... Oh, title of this news episode is going to be Tara eats chocolate cake. Also, there's some news. So yeah, Saw TV show. I can't say I'm particularly excited. The movies they vary from some nice ideas but are obnoxiously made to they're just shit. that is the scale of which we operate on with Saw. So because even that first one, which is obviously the best one, has some dodgy acting, some dodgy ideas, some dodgy moments.
Yeah, it's not as gory as the other ones too. The first one, like, is surprisingly, I don't think it has any gore in it, really. Just implied gore.
Yeah.
Which is almost worse.
Yeah, I remember because it had a reputation. I was still in high school when Saw came out, and I remember there being like, oh, they cuts off a foot, someone cuts off their foot, but you don't really see it.
No. The worst one is the cage around the head.
Ah, yes, with
that one sticks with you.
Yeah, with the actress who, like, she was in the Blob remake, so that's where you'll know from. But I remember thinking she hadn't aged at all in a lot of ways because she was on Becca for years. But in that movie, I still kind of, I don't know, she still felt like she was maybe like college age, but she must have been like 40 because she was playing a teenager in the 80s. So, I mean, credit to her, Shawnee Smith, you aged very well, at least up until that point. Maybe she did that thing where she looked the same for like 40 years and then she just like became like a grey-haired looking witch like overnight. She just became this old craggy witch. Like went to bed one night. Good. Yeah, maybe she does look good. I don't know. Maybe the fountain in Hollywood that all the actors go to. It's
just a fountain made of Botox.
Yeah, it's just Botox. They just swim in the Botox and then they come out and go, "I have been rejuvenated."
Botox and stem cells.
All right, I know something you're a big fan of is NCIS. So
hell yeah. I watched one episode. It was a 2-parter, and it was the one directed by Quentin Tarantino.
That's the wrong show.
About a guy being buried in a box.
Wrong show.
Oh.
That was CSI.
Then I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, that was CSI. That was like the season 5 or 6 finale of CSI.
Oh, you've watched it too, huh?
I watched that episode because it was Tarantino.
Yeah. All right, I haven't seen any of NCIS then. I thought that was the same show.
No. I mean, I can't blame you for thinking that because it's a very similar title. But yes, so NCIS has had some renewals, right, as well as a new order, because they have multiples of these shows now. So they've renewed NCIS Los Angeles for a 13th season, and
I'm glad people get to keep their job.
Yes, and they've also given a straight-to-series order for a new spin-off called NCIS Hawaii, which is, like I say, new. That's not one that's been happening. And that's the first for CBS is so progressive because NCIS Hawaii is the first one in the franchise where the lead character is a woman.
Well, good for them. Welcome to 2021.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope they're not touting that too much.
I'm pretty sure they only came up with the spinoff so that they had to shoot in Hawaii.
Very possibly. That'll join the vanilla NCIS series, which was just renewed for season 19.
Damn.
I know. There was one called NCIS New Orleans, which is finishing with season 7. That was news recently.
Did one of them have Ted Danson?
No, that's CSI.
Damn.
I think he was on CSI Cyber? Was that the Ted Danson one?
I don't watch any of these shows.
That's alright. And they're rebooting vanilla CSI to just CSI Las Vegas, because the original was set in Las Vegas, but obviously it was just CSI because it was only one of them. But then
now they all have to have some sort of title. Yeah.
Yes, they'll have to have a city or a state or something after them. I can't wait until they've went through like all the major cities and we get like CSI like
Waco, Texas.
CSI Bakersfield. I don't know.
Oh, gross.
So there you go. There's a lot of CS.
Bakersfield is the worst.
Sorry, I almost said CSI. There's a lot of NCIS coming. There's also a lot of CSI and FBI shows. They've got 3 FBI shows. They've got less CSI just now, but that had like 3 or 4 at its peak. And then NCIS has got a bunch. And then I think Law and Order's a different network, but there's a lot of those too.
And Stargates.
Oh, but they're long done though. They're not
Are we going to do
running.
Stargate eventually after all the Babylon 5 spin-offs?
I was thinking Farscape after Babylon 5, but if you would rather go to Stargate, I mean, we could talk.
I don't know, man. We're going to be doing this show forever.
I mean, I assume we'd replace Babylon 5 with something when we're done with it, but...
There's Lex and Farscape.
No one wants us to do Lex. No one gives a shit.
Oh, come on.
No one cares about us doing Lex. That doesn't have a... Like, Farscape and Stargate have
Lex
loyal fan bases.
has a lot of, like, guest stars, though. Like, Malcolm McDowell was in them. A couple episodes, I'm pretty sure.
This is like...
And it's a short series.
Not that we do this, but this is like the Patreon bonus TV review show. Is Lex. Also Andromeda with Kevin Sorbo. That's like a Patreon bonus.
Skip. Hard skip. Nope.
Okay, what was it called? Cleopatra like 3000? There was like a show like that.
It's better than the Kevin Sorbo anything. What about Sequest?
I don't think I know this.
With Roy Scheider.
I was going to say Rob Schneider. It's like...
The names are very close.
Oh, we have to watch it now. Alright, last news story of the day. finally putting us out of our misery.
Yeah, thank God. Eat my chocolate cake in peace.
How is there any left? You've been eating chocolate cake for 3 hours.
I swear it's just one slice. It's just a really big slice.
Yeah, it's one slice that looked like Pac-Man. There was like one triangle left in the fridge, and then the slice that Tara has is the Pac-Man shaped looking one.
Waka waka waka.
Alright, so the news here at the end of the show is that we have some directors for the Last of Us TV show. Jasmilia Zbanik from something that I'm not going to pronounce because it's completely in like French or something else. Maybe Portuguese or something. And then Ali Abbasi from Border are going to be two of the directors on The Last of Us. Which, don't worry, the creative team writing the show is still the combo of Neil Druckmann from the games and Craig Mazin, who you may know from
Rocket Man.
I was going to say a very critically acclaimed miniseries on HBO called Chernobyl, but yes, if you really want to throw out
from the brilliant movie about a man who farts in a spacesuit.
Well, that's the news then. I guess we're done. How much of the cake's left? Hold up the slice. I want to see how much of the slice is left. This is important to me.
There's some depth there, some 3D depth.
Yeah, it's okay. There's not a lot left, but it seems like there was a lot in that plate to begin with.
There was.
I'm
done a pretty good job.
I'm mad because now I want chocolate cake, but I am more mad.
I knew you were jealous.
That you are so unprofessional to be chomping on cake throughout this whole show. And then she's opening more booze. This is just...
What? It's the end of the night.
So unprofessional.
I am celebrating. Today I paid off my car. It is mine. It is a day of celebration with chocolate cake and red wine.
Well, that is the Mail Fuzz news for Tuesday. This has been either your favorite episode or your least favorite episode. I don't think there's any in between. I don't think anyone's only like, it was an okay edition of the Mail Fuzz news. This is either your favorite or the one you hate the most. Depending...
It's definitely your favorite.
How dare you shove cake into your mouth after that sentence? How dare you? And your little dog too. You quiet.
Poor girl's gotta poop.
I'm surprised you don't have to poop with all the chocolate cake.
I don't poop.
That is factually untrue. Tara's just trying to be ladylike on camera.
Don't poop, never have.
Okay, sure.
Everything just turns into a fine mist. It smells like roses.
Oh, it just looks like a rainbow.
But it doesn't come out my butt.
It just looks like a rainbow emanating.
It just through the pores. That's why I smell so sweet all the time.
All right. Tell them about Patreon, Tara. Tara?
No,
Tara.
I don't do that here.
Well, you did it today. This is punishment for this shambles.
That's right. If you enjoy our reviews, please check out our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/MildFuzzTV. And if you donate as little as $1 per month, you will get access to bonus episodes of other shows we do, like the ACE, the Atomic Cinema Experiment. And if you donate $5 per month, you will get access to these Babylon 5 reviews 1 week early. So you can watch it earlier than everyone else and leave comments about things that we'll see earlier. So thank you.
Fine. You know what? I'm just going to dub it in. I'm just going to take it from another one and just dub you doing it. We cool with that? Thank you for joining us, everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And comment too. All these things do help. So thank you very much. And we'll see you next time.